Good Friday for us, as far as just getting the first some live contact in. Wasn't on a scrimmage, but did do some scrimmage opportunities in there as far as some 11-on-11 situations. And just talked to the players after practice. Today, compared to last Friday, we made a big jump. And that's all I look for is, can we come out each and every day and get better? Last Friday, I thought we were kind of a little lethargic a little bit, but I thought this week we went and attacked things from Tuesday, Thursday, and today's practice. And I told the guys, though, but, big improvement from last Friday, but we got to make sure we come next week and make that same improvement, that same jump. Because next Friday, we'll put the ball down. We'll have a full scrimmage. We got 3 of those left, and that'll be the next 2 Fridays, and then obviously a spring game. So we got 6 practices down, 9 to go. See some good things, but still a long ways to go and a long ways to prepare a football team.
When you come into the stadium, do you see a boost in the competition level?
Just talked to our young men about that. The team meeting today said, hey, when we step in Dowdy-Ficklin, it's different. We got to protect our house, take care of business. The FIC is different, and we got to treat it like it's different. Whether it's game day, practice, scrimmage, whatever it may be, when we step in between those lines, we got to turn up the intensity. And I thought we did today for the most part of practice. It's a long practice. We're out here almost 2 hours, so you can kind of lose a little bit of that because you're going. Unlike a game where you get a chance to sit on the sidelines, catch your breath, rotate guys in. You only play about 30, 40 snaps a piece. Here, you're probably playing, by the time you count Indy, you're probably counting 60, 70 snaps. So it's a little harder to keep that same energy and intensity up for that whole practice, but I thought the guys did a pretty decent job of it.
Going off that, y'all getting a ton of guys reps right now. So as a staff, how do y'all try and really evaluate everybody fully?
Yeah, I think you only learn how to play football by playing football. I've always said that. Like you can do drill work, you can talk about it, you can meet about it, but you really learn how to play between the lines by putting the ball down and playing between the lines. And that's actually what we called the little last period there was PTBD, put the ball down. Put the ball down, let's go to work, let's go play. And, you got the film, and you got a great opportunity to go coach off of it. And now the guys get to see their mistakes or things they're doing well and kind of go improve on it. So at least we have that film and getting all those guys reps, which is pretty good.
Coach, during that period, everyone's on the sideline except you. You're right in the middle. What are you looking for in PT, DB?
Yeah, put the ball down. I'll be honest, I'm a little lost out there. Usually I'm on the sideline calling defense or something, so it's a new aspect out there. But to me, it's about, competing. Offensively, can we knock the defense off the ball? Defensively, can we knock the offense back? Then they're tackling, blocking down the field, ball security, running through tackles. We talk about it's not what we do, but how we do it. And that's really what I'm looking for is our culture. Playing with relentless effort, playing with great intensity, being disciplined, and executing at a high level. And the execution piece will come later in spring. It's not there yet. But the other pieces of it, I thought were starting to get there. Then you had officials out here today, which I thought, it's the first time we've had officials. I thought that was good for our guys to have a game simulated like that. And we're getting some penalties that we got to clean up. But I thought overall that was pretty decent.
After 2 weeks of spring ball, you get to see some of your returner players. Have you seen anybody take strides? I mean, plenty of people got better, but have you seen anybody in particular get better?
Yeah, several guys. I think defensively, Sam Danka is playing a different position, and he's starting to get more and more comfortable. I told Damian Wilson Day earlier today, I said, hey, you're looking like you're more and more comfortable out there. Some of it is spring ball. Some of it is a year or two in the system or the culture. They understand the expectations. And then some of the freshmen and the guys that just got here in January, hey, after the first week of practice, they just kind of, figuring it out. Second week of practice, now they're starting to get in the groove. So I think we'll see that continuous improvement throughout.
I see a lot of Eastern North Carolina recruits out here. How important is it you to recruit this side of the state?
We've had over 200 recruits in the last 6 practices. Well, that's a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday practice. There's a bunch out here today. And we got to make the 252 in East North Carolina our home base and make sure we do a great job in this area. We've had a ton of high school coaches out here, and I think that's important just to show them what we're about, our culture's about. Dowdy-Ficklin get to see it, and just our brand of East Carolina and how special this place is. Yesterday we did the Professor Day, had some professors out to practice, so we want to make sure, obviously we got to get better at playing football, but we also want to engage recruits, we want to engage fans, and make sure we're pulling everybody close.
You mentioned Sam. How are you seeing his leadership role grow on that defensive side of the ball? Because he's the veteran now.
Yeah.
And another thing, did he take Big Tate's spot of the most vocal on the defense?
Sam's always been kind of the hype guy. He hadn't had to, I grabbed him the other day in practice and said, Sam, you can't just run around and yell and be the hype guy. You got to actually focus in, get everybody else to call, run the defense now. You're the quarterback of the defense, which is totally new to him. But we'll get there, and I think he is one of the vocal guys, and we got to keep developing those. You lose Raja, you lose Tay, you lose 20 seniors. You're going to lose some guys that are vocal. Now these guys are starting to step up. They didn't have to do that before, so we're getting there. And I think when we have a break period, you guys may see it. We have a break period. Some of that is to get the guys break. It's another time for me to call guys in. Call Caton Teagan in today and say, hey, Caton Teagan, we're going to go to this period next. Make sure you go back to your squad. You give them the focus points. Hey, it's just like a timeout in a ball game. We're in between quarters, and you got to go over there. An opportunity for you to lead and talk to the offense, and talk to the defense, and talk them through the next situation and rally them up and get them going.
Coach, another new piece out there is Coach Aldridge running the show on the defensive side. How have you kind of seen him fit in and show off his style?
Yeah, I think he brings great energy, and we talk about we want players to play with energy, players play with intensity, and I think he brings that to the sideline, doing a really good job about it. And just impressed with what they're doing so far, and they did a nice job today.
I asked Ant what corner standing out among the new guys. He said Jordy Lowry is pretty tough to get by. So what do you see out of that group and Jordy especially?
Yeah, I think it's a group as a whole right now. Keith Royale, Jordy, several other guys in there making plays. Darion Horsley just made a play there at the end of practice. And they got to keep coming along. That's probably the room. That's a bunch of new guys, a bunch of new faces. They got to keep developing and get ready to go play. What they do today is you're here, but you got to take it to the next level over the next several weeks to get where we need to be to go win some games in the American Conference.
Coach, thanks for your time.